Welcome to Card Market Catalyst, your go-to source for everything related to football card investing. Whether you're tracking the latest market trends or looking for the next big prospect, we've got you covered. If you enjoy the insights, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the show, and follow us for all our future episodes.
Welcome, everyone, to our analysis today. Now, Group F might not make the massive, flashy headlines right away with the Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, and Tunisia. But let me tell you, for football card collectors, it is an absolute hidden goldmine. If you're looking for a serious strategic edge in the market, you are in the exact right place. Okay, let's dive right into this. Here is our investment roadmap. First, we'll look at the potential of Group F. Then, our absolute buys, the clear recommendations. Third, our holds, solid but missing that hype. Fourth, the sells, where the market has totally peaked. And finally, we'll wrap up with our top 5 ultimate targets. The potential of Group F, the hidden gold mine for mid-cap and high upside cards. The real excitement in this group isn't necessarily with the obvious megastars on those strong teams. We are looking for that massive upside in mid-cap investments. To make this super actionable, we're cutting out all the noise. We've narrowed down 4 entirely different rosters to just 15 highly targeted players to build this strategic brief. So how did we actually pick these 15? Well, it's not just about who's scoring the most goals. It's about these 6 specific market criteria that really dictate card values: age and long-term potential, the current market demand, the World Cup acting as a major price catalyst, the risk of a price drop, the actual supply of their rookie cards, and finally, hype versus actual performance. Now, what's really interesting here is how heavily skewed this group is toward massive upside. I mean, look at this distribution. We have a staggering 9 clear buying opportunities compared to just 3 holds and 3 sells. Let's get to the good stuff. Section 2, buy, our clear recommendations for high upside and breakout candidates. We literally have to start here because Alexander Isak is the most interesting player in the entire group. Over the last 2 years, he has evolved into a truly world-class striker. He's entering his prime years right on the biggest stage imaginable, making him an absolute must-have and our #1 target. But Isak isn't the only Swede making waves. Let's contrast their striking duo. On one hand, you have Isak, established, elite, prime years, global superstar potential. On the other hand, Viktor Gyökeres. This guy has massive, undeniable momentum. The card market is literally still trying to catch up with him. If Sweden goes far, the price jumps for both of these guys will be phenomenal. Rounding out the Swedish buying opportunities is my absolute favorite prospect in the entire group, Bergvall. Why? Because he fits the exact profile collectors are always hunting for. He's young, he's incredibly talented, and right now, he's still affordable. He's exactly the type of prospect where collectors will look back and say, man, I really wish I bought him earlier. Moving to the Dutch targets, we've got 3 huge opportunities. First, Xavi Simons, massive long-term potential, even if you have to stomach a little short-term injury risk. Then there's Jeremie Frimpong. He completely breaks the traditional hobby rule that defenders don't increase in value simply because he plays so offensively. And finally, Ryan Gravenberch, who is honestly still so undervalued given his massive talent. And this brilliantly illustrates how truly global our hobby is right now. We've got massive upside from Asia and Africa. Takefusa Kubo is the undeniable face of Japanese football. If Japan hits the quarterfinals, his market will explode. Then you have Zion Suzuki, an extremely rare international goalkeeper prospect generating real heat. And for Tunisia, Hannibal Magebri. He's your classic high-risk, high-reward speculative play. Moving on to Section 3, hold, the solid, established players with stagnant card markets. Let's move to our comparisons and see how this builds. To really understand market dynamics, look at Bergvall versus Anthony Elanga. Bergvall is a screaming buy with affordable, explosive upside. But Elanga, he's a clear hold. He's a great talent, but his market is completely stagnant right now because the hobby is just waiting for that one defining breakthrough on the absolute top level. We see a really similar trend with our other stable holds. Take Cody Gakpo. The market already knows exactly who he is, which means his current value is pretty much completely priced in. He'd need a truly historic World Cup to see a real jump. Same with Daichi Kamada, super solid player, but he just lacks that classic flashy hype factor that drives card prices up. Section 4, sell. Recognizing when market ceilings and age limits have been hit. Let's look at what a market ceiling actually is. We already know Xavi Simons has massive long-term growth potential. Contrast that with Virgil van Dijk, Look, Van Dijk is a footballing legend, no question, but he's 34 years old. From a pure investment perspective, his card market is completely maxed out. There is literally zero room left for explosive card growth. Age and hobby attention really dictate these sell ratings. Japan's Wataru Endo is a fantastic leader, but like Van Dijk, he's just too old to see major value increases in cardboard. And then you have Tunisia's Elias Skiri, highly respected on the pitch, but let's be real, he's completely ignored by the hobby market. There is essentially no upside left here. Finally, Section 5, the conclusion and our top 5 ultimate targets for your portfolio.
Here is the definitive top 5 countdown. Coming in at number 5, the rule-breaking Dutch defender, Jeremie Frimpong. At 4, the ideal Swedish prospect, Lucas Bergvall. Number 3 is the face of Japan, Takefusa Kubo. At 2, the rapidly rising Viktor Gyökeres. But taking the number 1 spot, Alexander Isak. He represents the absolute best combination of talent, age, hobby demand, and massive World Cup upside in this entire group.
So the crucial point here is that everything we've talked about today is strictly from a hobby perspective. This is a framework to help you navigate, but it's not financial advice. Always use this structured data to do your own research before you start buying or selling anything. Group F is absolutely overflowing with opportunities if you know exactly where to look. We've laid out the roadmap, now is your turn. Take a look at your own collection right now. Which Group F breakout star is still missing from your portfolio?
Thanks for listening to Card Market Catalyst. If you enjoyed today's deep dive into football card investing, make sure to like and subscribe.